Hello guys, welcome back to Ayaba Creation. So today I'm going to teach you how to make this beautiful pearl purse right here. So you can use sugar beads for this project as well if you want to. If this is something you'd like to learn how to make, stay tuned. For materials, you are going to use 1 pack of this 10mm pearl right here, then 20 mm of any bead of your choice. So I chose black pearls, cream pearls, brown pearls, and then multicolored pearls. All right, so before we continue the video, you can visit our store on Instagram at Ayaba Store, or you can text the WhatsApp number on your screen if you want to make enquiries about raw materials. If you want to purchase raw materials from the store, you can do that. Let's begin. So first I'm going to take 4 of these 10mm pearls. So as I was saying previously, you can also use sugar beads because it's the same size 10mm for this project. So you are going to cross with the 4th bead to get a ring of 4 like this. So I'm just going to make a sample for you to see how it's done, then after that we'll get into the full work. Okay, all right, so next what we are going to do is to add 3 beads. So you put 1 on each side of the beading thread, and then you are going to cross with the 3rd one like this to give a ring of 4 beads. Okay, then what you are going to do again is to add 3 beads, and then with the 3 beads you are going to put 1 on each side of the beading thread and cross with the 3rd bead to give a ring of 4 beads. So you can continue the rings of 4 to whatever length you want. Okay, all right, so when you are done and then you want to move to the next stage of the bag, you are going to add 3 beads. So 1 2 3 like this, and then you are going to put all on one side of the beading thread like this. Then you take the 3rd bead and cross with the other beading thread to give you a ring of 4. So you will get something like this. Then you start again. You are going to add 3 beads. So 1 2 3 all on one side of the beading thread. So that will be the, you are going to put these beads and the beading thread in your left hand. So then you are going to cross with the 3rd one to give a ring of 4 beads. You should get something like this. Okay, then what you are going to do next is to pass the beading thread through the next bead, which is this bead right here. Then you are going to add 2 beads this time around. So 1 2, then you are going to cross with the 2nd one to give a ring of 4 beads. So at this point you should be getting something like this. Then you're going to pass the beading thread through the next bead again, add 2 beads, cross with the 2nd bead to give a ring of 4 beads. Then you keep repeating this step. Here you're going to pass the beading thread through the last bead. Okay, so then we are going to add 2. So look at where I'm going to put the 2 at this point. Then you would now cross like this. Okay, so this is just a sample to show you how to begin the work. You can decide to make it bigger depending on how big you want your pearl purse to look like. So we are starting afresh again. I'm going to add 3 at this side, and then I'm going to cross with the 3rd one to give a ring of 4. Then I'm going to pass the beading thread through the next bead like this. So I'm passing it through the next bead, and I'm going to add 2. So 1, 2. Then we keep repeating the same process. So at this point, even though we started a new line, my beading thread got finished, so I'm going to tie a knot and then we will continue. So in case yours also gets finished, I hope you see how you can do it. Okay, so like this. Then what you are going to do is to take a new beading thread. So you are going to cut a new one. But before that, you can decide to pass the beading thread through the other beads. Then after that, you can cut out the excess beading thread, just like I'm doing. And make sure you pull the knot into the hole so that it will not show in your design. Okay, so something like this. You can decide to continue as long as you want, but I decided to stop here. Then I'm going to start afresh. So I'm passing a new beading thread through these 2 beads right here, and I am going to add 2 beads and cross with the second bead to give a ring of 4 beads. So I'm crossing with the second bead right here, okay, to give a ring of 4 beads. Then I'm going to pass the beading thread through this right here, and I'm going to add 2 beads again, cross with the second bead to give a ring of 4 beads. Okay, so I beaded this off camera. So here, as you can see, I did quite a lot. So my rings of 4 were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the starting, I did 14 rings of 4 like that. Okay, and then for the entire length of the back, let's finish this side first and then we count together. So to complete, I'm going to add 2 beads and cross with the second bead to give a ring of 4 bead like this. Okay, then I'm going to add 2 beads here, 1, 2. So you see where the 2 beads went. I'm going to pass it through this bead right here, and then you are going to tie a knot, and this will complete the mat for the bag. Okay, so as you can see, I already told you previously, you can pass the excess thread through the other beads, and then you cut the excess off. But make sure that the knots that you tied, you push it into the bead so that it will not show in the design. Okay, so you can keep passing the beading thread through the holes in the other beads like this, then you cut the excess off when you are done. For the longer side here, let's count to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 and 27. So for the longer side I did 27 rings of 4, so 14 by 27. So to make the size of the bag here, I'm counting 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So on this 8th bead, we are going to pass a beading thread through it. So I'm counting again 5 6 7 8. So this is the 8th one. So I'm going to pass the beading thread through this 8th bead right here. So it's going to, so yeah, 8 and then the 9. So 8 and 9. Okay. Then when you are done, what you are going to do is add 2 beads. So we are going to add 2 beads here, and then we are going to cross with the second one to give a ring of 4 beads. So yeah, as you can see, and then we are crossing with the second one right here to give a ring of 4 beads. So you should have something like this by now. Okay. Then what we are going to do is to pass the beading thread through the 10th bead. So this is the 10th bead here, and also through the 11th bead. Okay, so through the 11th bead right here. Then what we are going to do is to add just 1 this time around. So just 1 bead and cross. Okay, so when you are done with that, you will see that you've gotten a very beautiful shape. Okay, so we are going to pass the beading thread through the next bead, just right on top, add 2 beads and then cross with the second bead to give a ring of 4 beads. This part is also very simple. Okay, very easy for a beginner to follow. And when you are done, you're going to pass the beading thread through this bead right here, and then also through this bead right here. And what you are going to do is just add 1 bead, cross with that same bead like this to give a ring of 4 beads. Going to pass the beading thread through this bead right here. Then you are going to add 2 beads, cross with the second bead to give a ring of 4 beads. So cross with the second bead like this to give a ring of 4 beads. Then you are going to pass the beading thread through the next bead, which is this one, and then also through this bead right here. And what we are going to do is to add 1 bead, cross with that same bead to give a ring of 4 beads. You're going to pass the beading thread through the next bead, this bead right here, add 2 beads, so 1 2, cross with the second bead to give a ring of 4 beads. Okay, then what we are going to do is to pass the beading thread through this bead right here and also through this bead right here. Then we are going to add 1 bead, cross with that same bead to give a ring of 4 beads. So basically that is what we are going to be repeating. Okay, so at the end you should have something like this. Okay, so whatever we've done at this part, at this side here, is going to be repeated at the other side of the bag. So whatever is done here is going to be repeated at this side as well. Okay, so yeah, you should have something like this. This is already a beautiful purse and it's really pretty. So to add the pearls, first I'm going to pass the beading thread through this bead right here. So it is just at the side, that's the borderline of the bag, or let me say the purse. Then when you are done, you just add your 20 pearl, whichever one you are going to use. So I'm taking the black. So when you add the pearl, you're just going to pass the beading thread through that same bead again. So you should have something like this. Okay, and when you are done, you pick this beading thread right here and you pass it through this bead. Then you also pass it through this bead right here. To continue, so you're going to pass the beading thread through the next pearl bead, which is this bead right here. Okay, just the next one. Then what you are going to do is to add another 20 pearl. Okay, so you're going to add another 20 pearl like this. This time I'm going in with the cream one. Then I'm going to pass the beading thread through this bead here in the opposite direction. So it's like we are crossing it, but just with one thread. I hope you can see it very clearly. Okay, then when it goes this way, you're going to pull it from this side. Then what you are going to do is to pass the beading thread through the next two beads. Okay, so you're going to pass it through this bead right here and then also through this bead right here. Through the next two beads, don't forget. Then you are going in with our 20 pearl bead like this, and you're going to cross it like this. Okay, then you're going to pass the beading thread through the next bead. So going through the next bead now like that. Then you're going to take your 20 pearl and then pass it through the next bead like this. Then what you're going to do again is to pass the beading thread through the next two beads again. So next two beads, so you go through the next bead and the next stage you beat the next two beads. So the next two beads, you're going to take your pearl bead, your 20 pearl bead, pass it through the next bead. Then you're going to pass the beading thread through the next bead here. Okay, and then you're going to add your 20 pearl bead like that. So 20 and then you're going to pass the beading thread through that same bead. But at this point, you're not going to skip any bead, so you're going to pass the beading thread through this bead right here. So this is the next bead. Okay, then we are going to add our 20 pearl like that, and then you're going to pass it through like this. Then after you are done at this point, you're going to pass the beading thread through the next two beads now. So it's going to go through this and then also through this. Okay, then after you are done, you are going to take your 20 pearl, then you are going to pass it through like this. So now you continue repeating that process. You're going to pass it through the next bead again, add 20, and when you are done, you're going to pass it through the next two beads like that. So in the end, you should have something like this. Okay, now in as much as we have done everything, you can see that the 20 pearls are still not properly aligned. So before we can align them properly, first let's tie the excess knots from the previous design we did. So we are just passing the beading thread through the beads in order to meet at a particular place, then we can tie our knots now. Okay, so like this, we are just tying, and when you are done, you can pass the excess thread through the bead and then you cut the excess off. Look at that, our bag is looking really beautiful already. So it's just left with the alignment. So you're going to take a beading thread, very simple, okay? Then you're going to pass the beading thread through the holes in the 20 mm. So that's all we'll be doing. You're just passing the beading thread through the holes so that they will properly align together. Okay, so as I say again, and I'm still going to say, it's not compulsory for you to use pearls for this project because it's size 10 mm. The beads I use are size 10 mm. You can also use sugar beads size 10 mm for this project and it will turn out beautifully. Okay, all right, so let's go in. And then that's it. So you keep going all through to the end. So you should have something like this for this side, and I also did the other side already. So what I'm going to do now is to just make the two threads meet at a common place so I can cut the excess thread off, and we are done with the bag. See, it's very simple. It's not difficult at all. It's not difficult. You just have to practice it. If you do it for the first time and you don't get it, just don't give up. Try again and keep trying, and you'll be able to get it. Alright, that'll be all for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with Ayaba through till now. I really love you all so much, and thanks for the support. See you in our next video. Bye.